Anything Judo. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers. We just had the Nuno press conference. Tim, what do you make of it? He's in pretty good spirits.
Yeah, good, and why wouldn't he be? Three wins, as he says, and as all the players say, because they counted that Leicester game as a competitive game. That's how they treated it. So three 1-0 wins as far as they're concerned. Everything's going very well. Look forward to a very interesting game at Derby tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough test, isn't it? And probably the first real test away from home that he's going to have this season.
Well, it's the first away game.
Yeah, I said that when I was saying it.
I think it'll be a much tougher test than Borough last week. I mean, Borough didn't turn up for me.
No.
It certainly wasn't a gimme by any stretch. But they, the first 70 minutes, Borough didn't really play. It was only the last 20 when they turned it on. I think Derby, first home game of the season for Derby. I think Derby will be a promotion contender. Unlike Wolves and Borough, who fielded 13 new signings between them, Derby. I think they've only made three additions this summer, and all kind of with championship experience. Tom Huddleston's come in, Curtis Davis has come in, so they may hit the ground running, is what I'm saying. Gary Rowett's been in post for a little while as well. So massive, huge test. Wolves' record at Derby is atrocious. So I think they'll take a point all day long, but really interested to see how they get on.
And one person who probably will return it is even Cavallero.
Yeah, so he's ironically, he was sent off at Derby towards the end of last season when they got beaten 3-1. They were lucky to get away with a 3-1 defeat, by the way. Yeah, he was sent off on the half hour for a headbutt. So anyway, served his time, 3 matches, and he's back for Derby.
Long time, seems like ages, isn't it?
Well, he's suspended since April. So I'd expect him to come straight back into the starting lineup.
So will that be at the expense of Bright, do you think?
I would have thought so. I mean, just going on pre-season, in the fact that Cav started, I think, every game and looked good with it. I mean, I thought him and Cody were the stars of pre-season. So I'd certainly expect Cav to come in. Bright, great option off the bench, but his end product was lacking last week. You're not going to be lacking that from Cavallero, so I would expect him to come in for Bright.
Yeah, you mentioned him and Connor Cody being the standouts. Nuno's spoken about Connor Cody today. Talks of a bid from Sheffield United in the week. Yeah,
and he's going nowhere. So yeah, Sheffield United not sure of the fee, but Sheffield United put a speculative bid in this week.
Interesting that he mentioned it as well in public, I thought.
Chris Wilder, yeah, that was a surprise. I think there's some agents at work here. Cody's out of contract at the end of the season. Hasn't been given a new deal since he joined Wolves. A lot of players have been given contracts in the last couple of years. People like Dicko, Doherty, Evax Landell. There's a lot. There's a lot. Courtney Hawes. There's a long list. Jordan Graham. Of players who've been given a contract. I could keep going.
Took his nuzzle.
Yeah, Connor Cody isn't one of them. So he'll be on the money he was on when he signed, which was back in the Steve Morgan days under Kenny Jackett. Feels like a very long time ago. So he'll be after a decent pay rise. So I don't know if his agent's getting in people's ear or what. Just trying to get a better deal for his player. I don't know, but it certainly feels that way to me. United put a bid in, firmly rejected. Wolves aren't going to don't want to sell him. Certainly not to a championship rival.
He's starting captain at the moment, right?
Yeah, he's starting in captain, exactly, and a key component in Nuno's defence. He's been there since the start of pre-season, so Wolves can offer him far more money than Sheffield United would. So I think that one's all over. I think they'll get around the table in the next few weeks, sort out his new contract. But yeah, as Nuno said today, he's going nowhere.
As for the rest of the team, pretty similar, do you think, to the team that they beat Middlesbrough? Maybe Dicko and Bonatini?
Possibly. I mean, Dicko staked his claim on Tuesday night. I thought he looked good against Yeovil, got his goal as well, obviously. With an away game, if they're playing a little bit more on the counter, then Dicko would maybe be favoured over Bonatini. So perhaps, but at the back, maybe when I thought Miranda is possibly vulnerable because he didn't have the best debut against Middlesbrough. I mean, I only say that because the competition for centre halves is so strong. You've got Danny Bart and Ryan Bennett who could just drop in there. Know what it's all about. And you've got the Chris Martin factor as well for Derby. Quite a physical player. You've got Vyman as well, which we must say who started Derby his opening game, likely to start. So Bart and Bennett will know what they're all about. So, but perhaps we'll see. But certainly that one change, Cavallero will come in. Maybe Dicko, maybe one of the defenders, but we'll see.
But they'll be pretty strong, and Nuno has spoken about a lot of the injured players, and they're not too far away from returning.
Yeah, some great news. Costa, as expected, just a few weeks away. I mean, his absence was only supposed to be 2 months, which came in kind of early July, just as they were going to Austria. So yeah, we'd expect him to be back in September, and Nuno's confirmed that today. And Ben Marshall, yeah, again. Wolves have never put a time frame on Ben Marshall, but with it being a hip injury, I think there were concerns it was going to be a long time. But again, he says just a few weeks. When we've seen Ben today walking around training ground, So he should be the same as Costa. Not a specific timetable here, 3, 4, 5 weeks, but a few weeks. Same for Courtney Hawes as well. So once that international breaks out of the way in early September, these guys could potentially, be coming back into the first team. I mean, Costa hasn't played since March, so he will need quite a bit of football. But yeah, fantastic news.
And great as well that they've started so on. They can carry this on and get something from Derby and maybe snatch a win at Hull City. If they can come back into the side, they can have a big squad and they're in the top 6 already. It's fantastic.
Well, look, the great thing for me is that compared to last year when those first 6 games that Zenga went unbeaten was all with the previous season squad. There's only Bodvarsson that had been blended straight into the team. This season they've signed 11 players. 10 of them have already played. Yeah. 7 of them were in the first team for Middlesbrough. You had 3 coming for the Yeovil game. So, and a lot of them have been here since the start of pre-season. I think that's going to be the key difference. I think that's why Wolves will hopefully start well and continue to play well, because these players are already blended in. The ones that are coming back, Courtney Hawes, Costa, Marshall, they know what it's all about. They'll settle straight in. So hopefully that means more of a tangible and a bit more substance this year to what they've got, and they can carry on with this unbeaten start.
Big game, Derby against Wolves. For all the build-up on this one, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.